bring in meteorologist Ryan Willis, who is at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City. Ryan, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
All right, look, all we've been talking about is heat, heat, heat. Can you tell us when we're going to see some relief, or is it more just heat, heat, heat?
Yeah, unfortunately, not a whole lot in the way of relief. In fact, probably getting a little hotter over the next few days across the area. So if you don't like the heat, we don't have a whole lot of good news for you.
What can people do to mitigate heat illness during these times that we're experiencing?
Yeah, obviously, if you can spend time indoors in the air-conditioned environment, that's going to be your best way to mitigate the heat. But if you do work outdoors, it's important to stay hydrated, to take frequent breaks, especially during the peak heating of the afternoon and evening hours. If you can move into a shaded area or inside where there's AC for a while, that's all very helpful. Obviously, check on any vulnerable neighbors, some elderly neighbors or family that may not have functioning AC or an air-conditioned area. So all of that will be important over the coming days with this heat that will really just be sticking with us.
Yeah, and it seems like, we're just getting started. I know we average about 47, 90-degree days here in Atlanta. And I know the record was like 90-something days. We're not on that kind of track, are we, do you think?
It's tough to say at this point. It really will depend on if we continue getting the 90-degree days late into the summer, into the early part of the fall, which is really what pushes us over the top on those years. But certainly here for the remainder of July, it does look like we'll have pretty much every day into the 90s.
And those 90s for us will last into September at times?
Usually into September, we're still getting a number of 90-degree days. Hopefully by then we start trending down to more days, in the 80s and even 70s by the latter part of the month. But we can get 90s sticking around through the most of the month.
We have been looking down in the Gulf. There's an area of low pressure down there that the National Hurricane Center is saying that it had a 40% chance, now down to a 30% chance. Is that likely not to form into anything as it moves toward Louisiana?
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty unlikely that it will get a whole lot of organization as it's getting close to the Louisiana coastline. Still a low chance, but regardless of any organization from here, it looks like the primary effect is going to be some heavy rain, especially over in South Louisiana, that area over the next couple of days.
No impacts for us from this?
No real direct impacts for us. We're really just under a persistent ridge, so hot temperatures, maybe some isolated to scattered afternoon storms, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, that's right. Meteorologist Ryan Willis, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate your insight.